We are back for a part two in a mini lesson with our guest teacher, Don Messer, based out of Austin, Texas. Don, thank you already for part one on balancing, and thank you for continuing with part two.
Well, thank you. I'm glad to be here, Bajir. It's a lot of fun to talk about this.
Well, you're such
Um,
a fantastic teacher. We really appreciate you taking the time to step us through this. So I loaded up the slide, remembering the proposed agreement, which you explained to us in our last video.
exactly. It's once again, the idea is that losing bridge is letting your opponents play in two of a minor.
Mm,
And so, as our rule as partners, we are going to say we don't let them play in two
mm,
of a minor.
mm.
And what we have are a couple of more hands, similar to the hands we had in our last lesson, except this time we're bidding the club suit. And so here's our first one.
Okay.
Um, and you will see that once again, you're sitting north, and um, east opens the bidding one club. There you are with not much there, but your partner passes.
Mm-hmm.
West bids two clubs. You don't really have anything. You pass,
Mm.
East passes, and now your partner doubles.
Okay. Which we recognize to be a balancing double now. We remember
Right.
our agreement with partner.
That's exactly right. And partner obviously does not have a traditional takeout double
Mm,
because he could have doubled if he really did on the first bid.
mm.
So now partner has doubled. West has passed, and it's your bid. Let's see here. Let's make it pass, south doubles, and west passes. And now it's
Now
north
it's our
bid.
now it's our turn. So weigh in the comments, folks watching, folks practicing this. Now, right, I see what seems to be our best suit. Do we do any of the process that we do when we're responding to a balancing double? Do we count up our points? Do we uh what's the thought process? Or do we just say, okay, we got to choose something, that's the best one?
Your opponents have opened the bidding and they've had a response. If the opening bidder, East, had a minimal hand, he would have 12 points.
Yeah.
West should have at least six. That leaves us, if they're on the minimum, with a total of 22 points out of the 40. That's not enough to make game.
Right.
You need 25, 26 for game in a major, or no trump, and even
Mhm.
more for game in a minor. So there's not really much need to do anything other than bid. Now, suppose you bid two hearts with this very good hand and 10 high card points.
Yeah.
You bid two hearts and it goes past, your partner passes, and West now bids three diamonds.
Mm.
Now, with your little bit of a better hand, you can double, saying, if you like my hearts, bid three. If you don't like them, I have some support for the other suits. What do you
Mm.
think?
Mm.
The important thing here, and we all forget this, is that bridge is a partnership game.
Mhm.
So you try to get your partner into the conversation as often as possible so the two of you can work together.
Right.
Okay? Now, on this particular hand, if you bid double, or excuse me, if you bid two hearts after partner doubles, what's going to happen? We don't know. We'll have to wait and see,
Mm.
but you know that you can't let them play in two, and it's very unlikely that you have values with your balanced hand.
Right.
that you have values for game.
Now,
So,
Don, can I ask a question? We're
sure,
looking at our hand, and that's a much better hand than say we had four high card points and still maybe four hearts, but they were all just awful.
right?
Do we still do we always just respond at the lowest level to a balancing double, or are there times when we would want to say, partner, we don't even have a minimum hand here. We have something else.
Have, as I said, I don't think there's a reason for it, but
Yeah.
let's say that you have a, uh, say you have six hearts to the
Yeah.
ace jack,
Right. Right.
okay? And
Yeah.
say you have some roughing values, say you have a stiff club, singleton club, you
Yeah.
know, now all of a sudden you might be interested.
Yeah.
And so then you might want to bid over two diamonds, you might want to bid three hearts. Okay. So
Mm,
say, hey, I've got some values over here and a pretty good heart suit, partner. What do you think?
mm,
But once again, if you've got 10 points and they have a minimum of 18,
right.
your partner at most has 12,
Right.
you know.
And I
So,
guess also we're remembering, if we already passed with a hand that was not that much better, we probably would have done something the first time it came around.
exactly.
So we're
Exactly.
just looking at hands that naturally we would pass first. And here we're just remembering, we're focusing on our agreement. We're not going to let them get away with two clubs or two.
Well, I have to make a confession here, Bajir.
I
I
like
dealt
confessions.
I
Hey, this
dealt
is
20
you're amongst friends. It's only the internet, Don.
I dealt 24 hands with this auction, the auction, one diamond, two diamonds, one club, two clubs.
Yeah,
And then I took out all of the ones where you had really good hands in the north south,
yeah,
So, because the lesson is no matter how bad your hand is, you don't want to let them play in two.
yeah.
Are they going to double you if you say to go two hearts? Yeah, and you might go down.
Mm-hmm.
But if you go down one at two hearts, they can make three in all likelihood, or four in their minor suit. So
Mm,
you're minus 100 where they could have been plus 110 or 130.
mm.
So, it's as I've said before, yeah, no matter how bad your hand is, make them play at the three level.
Mm,
Don't let them play at the two level voluntarily.
mm.
And that's the important thing about balancing is, yeah, we're going to try to find our hand, you know, but our primary goal is to keep them from playing in two of their minor.
Thank you, Don.
You're quite welcome. Would you like to do? Oh, I was
Wait,
going to say,
do you have another one? Should we?
yeah, there's one more if you want to look at it.
Oh,
Yeah,
you bet.
yeah,
Let's get back
okay,
to it.
all
Don't
right.
go anywhere, folks. All right,
Uh,
here we go.
and here we are, the same auction.
Yeah.
Person on East opens a club, pass, two clubs, pass, pass, and your partner now. Now, what do you do?
Oh, uh, I guess the only question I would have, between our hearts and our diamonds, we have to choose between them. We have four of each. Do we bid our major, or do we bid our lowest four card suit? Help us out, Don.
Well, I would tend to bid the major, but there's an important uh, principle of match point bidding
Mm,
that if you're in a part score,
mm,
it's more important to be in the best playing part score. Okay. Now look at your honors. You have the ace 10 in diamonds and you have four to the queen jack in
Mm,
hearts.
mm,
Okay. You've got two honors in both of them. Your two non-honor suits, or hearts is better because it's a 5 instead of the 3, but neither of them is very good. You
yeah.
know, I would tend with this hand to bid two hearts.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to argue with you if you bid two diamonds, if you would prefer that, okay?
Mm,
Because when we're playing match points, remember our major piece here is to keep them from getting into two of the minor.
right. And
Yeah.
partner then would be understanding that,
Yes, exactly.
this was a bit of a judgment call. We already passed. This is just us responding to the balancing double to do something. We're not going to
That's
let them get away with it.
We're not going to let them play in two of a minor.
Mm. You hear that, partner? So whichever I choose, okay?
That's right. They never play. Now, my frustrating thing happens on occasion when I've made the takeout double and my partner with a hand like maybe 4 points passes. And they say, I didn't have anything. Well, I never thought you did, partner, but we don't let them play in two of a minor, you know, period. You know, let's say that it goes one diamond, two diamonds, pass, pass, partner doubles. It
Mm.
goes pass to you, and you hold 6 diamonds to the king jack. You can probably pass.
Mm.
Okay, but that's not going to happen very often.
Right. So that'd be one of those special exceptions. If
Yes,
between the three of us we have all the diamonds and somehow we ended up with the suit that they've come to their agreement, maybe we turn partners balancing double into a penalty double and
that's right.
hope it works out.
That's
Um,
exactly right.
cool. Very cool. Well, maybe we can look at one of those in a future video as well.
Well, I hope so. I'll be
In
glad to.
in the last video, you tempted us with a future video, what to do if they've ended up in two hearts or two spades in a major at the 2 level. How do we think about the same challenge? So we'll look forward to having you back when you're able, and we'll look at some of those examples.
Well, I would be delighted, and thank you again for having me. It's been a lot of fun.
Thank you so much, Don. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. Be sure to say hi to Don in the comments and let him know if you enjoyed these videos. Don,
Thanks
thanks
a lot.
again.
Aha. Bye bye.